Hello and welcome in my English class. Students, today we are going to study all the other exercises which are given at the end of each lesson. Right? So before I get started, I request you all to open your first flight book and turn the page number 8. This is thinking about the language. Now let's see the exercise 1. In this exercise, there are different names of the storm has been given, which has been called in the different area, different country of the world. Right? So what we have to do here, we have to fill in the blanks with the different types of name of the storm, which has the same nature given in these exercises. Right? Means according to its nature, we need to match the correct name of the storm. So let's get started. The first one is a violent tropical storm in which strong wind moves in a circle. What it should be? A cyclone, right? An extremely strong wind. It is gale. A violent tropical storm with very strong wind. Yes, it is typhoon. Fourth, a violent storm whose center is a cloud in the shape of a funnel. Yes, it is tornado. Fifth one, a violent storm with very strong winds, especially in the western Atlantic Ocean. It is hurricane. And the last one, a very strong wind that moves very fast in a spinning movement and causes a lot of damage. That is whirlwind. So I hope you all are getting. Now let's see the second exercise of the same page. Here are, you can see student, the two different columns are given, column A and column B. The word hope has been used many times by Lencho in this chapter, in this lesson, and in each of the statement, the meaning of the hope is different. So here also we have two columns. In one column, the variety of statement or sentences has been given, which has a different meaning of the word hope, and that meanings consisting the column B. So let us match column A with the column B with the correct meaning of hope. Let's get started. The first one is, will you get the subject you want to study in the college? I hope so. So student, according to you, what should be the correct meaning of it? That should be fourth, wanting something to happen and thinking it quite possible. The second is, I hope you didn't mind my saying this, but I don't like the way you are arguing. So what should be its correct match, correct meaning? That is of 5. Fifth one, showing concern that what you say should not offend or disturb the other person, a way of being polite. Now the third statement is, this discovery will give new hope to HIV/AIDS sufferers. So what should be the exact meaning of it? That should be first one, a feeling that something good will probably happen. And the fourth, we were hoping against hope that the judges would not notice our mistakes. So what should be the correct match or correct meaning of the fourth one? Yes, that is the last, wishing for something to happen, although this is very unlikely. Okay, now fifth one, I called early in the hope of speaking to her before she went to school. What should be the correct meaning of this hope here? The second one, thinking that this would happen. It may or may not have happened. And the last one, you might getting the answer. Stops believing that this good thing would happen. Right? Very well. So let's proceed further. Now let's see the third exercise, that is of relative clause. So according to you, what is relative clause? Relative clauses, the meaning of the relative clauses is hidden in the name relative. That is, show the relationship between the subject and the predicate, right? So the relative clauses are the clauses used to show the relation of the subject with the predicates, and it can be shown by the relative pronoun such as who, whom, whose, where, etc. Understood? So now let's see the exercises given here. Join the statements given below using who, whom, whose, which as suggested. So the first statement is, I often go to Mumbai. Mumbai is the commercial capital of India. So here in the bracket you can see, student, the relative pronoun is given, that is which. Here we have to use the pronoun which and complete the statement and making it relative clause. So it should be, please note it down. I often go to Mumbai, which is the commercial capital of India. I hope you understood. Relative clause is used to show the relation between the subject to the predicate. Now the second statement is, my mother is going to host a TV show on cooking. She cooks very well. Here, instead of the pronoun she, we have to use the relative pronoun, that is who. So the answer will be, my mother, who cooks very well, is going to host a TV show on cooking. Understood very well? Now the third thing, these sports persons are going to meet the president. Their performance has been excellent. So here what we have to use? Okay, now let's get started. Whose, right? These sports persons whose performance has been excellent are going to meet the president, right? So student, I hope you understood very well the function of a relative clause which I had showed in the exercise 1, 2 and 3, statement 1, 2 and 3, right? So I hope that 4th and 5th one will be done by you. Okay? Now let's jump to the 4th exercise, that is using negative emphasis. What it is? Negative emphasis? The negative emphasis shows the negative statement. Okay? Many times which has been used in this chapter by the Lencho. Okay? Now let's find the sentences in the story with negative words which express the following ideas emphatically. Like first one, the trees lost all their leaves. By reading the statements, we cannot find that the statement has the negative statement, but it is like a phrasal word. It is like a phrasal word which has the negative feeling. Understood? So here in the chapter, it is here in the lesson, it is given, not a leaf remained on the tree. This is a negative statement of the given phrase. The trees lost all their leaves. For this phrase, in the lesson, the negative emphasis has given, that is, not a leaf remained on the trees. The second statement is, the letter was addressed to God Himself. So which statement has given in this lesson, which is matching with this second statement? It was nothing less than a letter to God. The letter was addressed to God Himself. It has the negative feeling, negative meaning, which means it was nothing less than a letter to God, right? Mentioned in the lesson. The third negative statement is, the postman saw this address for the first time in his career. According to this statement, which negative emphasis has been used in the lesson? The postman saw this address for the first time in his career. So the statement which has been used in the lesson is, never in his career as a postman had he known that address. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. I hope you all are understood very well. Once again, the negative emphasis means the negative phrasal verse which has been used in the lesson many times. So, shall we proceed further? Very well. Now, the fifth one is metaphors. What it is? Have you ever heard it in the previous classes? A metaphor is a literary device or a poetic device which is used to compare the very common things which has less value or worth with the most valuable or precious things. But why we compare? To make such a common thing more precious, most precious and valuable. Right? Students, I hope you all are knowing the most famous nursery rhymes, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Right? In this poetry, in this rhyme, there is a line, like a diamond in the sky. Okay? So here the stars are very common, you know that. But the stars has been compared with the very precious gems, that is diamond. Right? So here the word diamond is a metaphor. Understanding you all are? Once again, what is metaphor? It is a poetic device or literary device which is used to compare a very common thing with a precious or valuable things. Why we are comparing it? To make the common thing most valuable or most precious. Right? So in this lesson also many times the literary device metaphor has been used. Okay? So here it is given. A table has been given here. In pair, find metaphors from the story to complete the table below. Try to say what qualities are being compared. One has been done for you. Like first has been done cloud. In this lesson, the Lencho was comparing the cloud with the huge mountains of huge black mountains, right? So here the hugeness is a quality, is a value that has been compared with the very common thing cloud. Now let's see the second, raindrops. The raindrops has also been compared with the very precious thing or valuable things. Have you remember? Silver coin, right? The raindrops has been compared with the coin. So the raindrop is just water drop, nothing more than that. But after comparing with the coin, the raindrops has become more valuable, right? So write down in the table, in the column of metaphor, silver coin. And write in the column of quality of feature, the draping or comparing with the coin. Now third is hailstones. Hailstones you know all, right? So the hailstone has been compared with what in the lesson? Lencho has compared the hailstones with the frozen pearls, right? You can find in the lesson if once you read. So the hailstones has been compared with the frozen letters. So write in the column of metaphor the frozen pearls. Right? And write the quality. Which quality it is? The color and hardness of a pearl. What quality has been transferred to the hailstone? The color white and the hardness of pearl. Now fourth one is locust. What is metaphor here in locust? The locust has been compared with the plague, right? Lencho has compared it with a plague. So write down in a metaphor a plague of locust. And write in the column of quality the destructiveness of locust caused by plague. The destructiveness of locust caused by plague. Now the fifth one is plague itself. So why plague I am choosing here? Because here in the quality it is mentioned an epidemic or diseases. So as we all are knowing that what could be the diseases? Plague, which has been used in the lesson. So write in the column of object plague and in the column of metaphor write down a plague of locust, same. Right? And quality itself given an epidemic, a disease that spreads very rapidly and leaves many people dead. Okay. Now the last one. An ox of a man. Ox resemble the very hard worker. So the ox has been compared with whom? Right, with Lencho. And whose Lencho is? A man. So you can write Lencho either or a man. In the column of object, write down Lencho or oblique man. Right? Metaphor is already given, an ox of a man. And write down in the column of quality. What quality an ox has? The hard work that an ox does in the fields. The hard work that an ox does in the field. Right? I hope you all are understood it very well. Okay. So the next one is speaking and listening. I hope in the previous classes you had done the practice of speaking and listening. So there will be no any problem. Right? So as an assessment I am giving to you all. Tell anyone, your brother, your sister or your mother to read the text of listening and you listen carefully what they are reading. According to your listening, write down the answer in the page number 12. Okay? So this listening activity is your homework. Understood? Okay. Very well. I enjoyed a lot and I hope that you are too. So from next time we'll meet again with the next other exercise of next lesson. Till then, take care and be safe. Keep study. Thank you.